Hey guys, hello, my name is Paul from the YouTube channel Tastes Seoul Good, and I'm coming to you live right here from cold Seoul, South Korea. So if you're interested in learning more about Korean culture and living here as an expat, and especially about the Korean food scene, we try to deep dive into some unique things that maybe nobody else is going to be showing you, then you'll want to head on over to my YouTube channel and check it out. And as an added bonus, guys, you might get to see this cute little man right here as well. Alright, I'll see you. People are sometimes surprised, I think, when I'm like, yeah, actually most of my life's really boring, guys. Like, I wake up at 8 a.m. and I go teach English all day, then I come home and I edit videos all night until the weekend, where I go out and film for 2 days and like get no sleep. I'm like, actually my life's not that interesting. Like, I'm glad if you watch a 10-minute video you think my life's really cool. But what you don't see is that 10-minute video, costs hundreds of dollars plus 30 hours or whatever to put together. And I was always too scared because I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't know how to talk to a camera. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know anything. All I had was a cell phone and, cell phone and a little bit of motivation. And that was it. And so it was in 2018 when Anthony Bourdain died, very unfortunately. And I had a trip planned to go to Bali a few weeks later. And it was at that moment I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to end my life at some point, not end my own life, but I don't want my life to end in the future, and not at least have some type of record, or at least when I'm older, of all these amazing experiences that I have. Because I go back to the States, I talk to friends and family, and I can tell a story and I can show pictures, but there's still all the nuances that you miss out, that a photo can't tell, that an Instagram post, can't convey. And there's just a lot of vloggers, even in Korea, that are doing the same thing, like doing apartment tours and a day in my life, and that's all great, and more power to them, but that's not really what I was interested in. So I was interested in food and travel, and I went to Bali and I did like 10 videos there and loved it. I still watch those videos even though they're pretty horrendous. I love just watching them because I can relive things I've already forgotten 2 years ago. And then, living in Korea, I get to go to places and do new things. And now I can get invited to events and invited to places that foreigners don't go to, or at least most foreigners don't go to. So I get like this whole unique perspective on it all. And so a lot of it I started was just for myself, honestly, just my memories and documentation. And then as time has gone by, people have kind of come along on the journey with me, which has been cool. And then I get to, meet people, not only just other influencers, but people in different parts of the content creation world, as well as, subscribers or, viewers, not only who live in Korea, but, before also when they would visit. But the influencer journey has been one that is just really surprising to me, because I started in 2018, and I think everybody always thinks it's too late to start a YouTube channel, right? So people in 2020 like, oh, I wish I would have started 2 years ago. And, you know, when I started, I was like, oh, I wish I would have started 2 years ago. But there's always room because everything changes, and the cycle of what people want changes. I think, you know, you look at the YouTubers who were big in Korea 5 years ago, and some of them are still here, some of them are still producing content, but a lot of them, either their viewership is just nothing anymore, or they've just given up. So there's always room for improvement, and there's always room for fresh storytellers. Like, if you do the same thing as everybody else, then yeah, you're not going to get anywhere. But if you can think of how to tell a story a little differently, there's room for so many people. So over the past, I would say 2020, I've gotten a lot of opportunities. So a year ago, my channel was, you know, still growing. But this year, I feel like what could have been, like, I don't know. So many things were in the works and they got canceled. Like, I had some cool collaborations in the works that would have really, I think, made my channel, you know, just much bigger, but they fell through a few months ago, and just opportunities that didn't happen because of the pandemic. But otherwise, the thing is that I think is really cool is the people that I've met, like people that I watched on YouTube for years. I can like go and hang out with at events and then go have beers with, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm kind of starstruck, you know. I'm kind of like fangirling over there, like, I'm gonna try and play it cool, like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah. So it's a remarkable journey. It's something that you get opportunities to do things that at least I never imagined myself, because I'm also older than most of the people who start YouTube channels in Korea. It's usually, you know, fresh out of college, and, you know, yeah, I guess to answer your question, the journey's been amazing, and I look forward to seeing if, you know, where it goes next year and what it brings. And I think the more opportunities I get, the more cool things I get to show people. So I'm excited for it. We'll see.
And I think it's really cool that it's not just like, you know, you and your camera. I feel like you give so much experience to those like that are watching. It's like as if we're there with you, and I think that's what I
want, right?
Yeah, and I can't stop watching your videos, and I think it's because like I feel like I'm there with you, and I think it's really hard sometimes for some influencers to convey that. And like you said, like with apartment tours and, you know, like vlog day in my life type of videos, it's sometimes a little hard to sort of convey that. But I think the way that you film it, it definitely presents it in a way that, like, I wish I was there with you right now. Type of feeling.
Maybe not right now. It's pretty cold here right now. Maybe in a few months. Yeah, I mean, in springtime.
Definitely.
I appreciate that, because there's, you know, I think, as you know, there's so many technical skills that you have to develop to really, I think, tell a story. That was a piece of advice I was given by somebody who's, you know, you have to work on not so much having the best camera or the best microphone or the best, you know, editing skills, but your storytelling abilities and trying to connect that other person on the other side of the camera. And that's something that I've tried, because I know like my editing isn't like, you know, I'm not going to be winning any Academy Awards for that. Right?
Yeah.
But there's so many, you know, the vloggers who are just like, you're watching me, watching my life, my experiences, and that's great. Don't get me wrong, but that's what I want, is this experience where it's like you're reliving, or you are living this with me, and you're there with me. And so I'm still, you know, navigating those waters and figuring out how to do that. But that's kind of my ultimate goal, is that it's like I'm here and you're here with me, and we're learning this together. So
definitely. Really cool. So I think it's really important to, you know, if any other content creators are watching this, that, you know, you really care about the environment that you're in. And I'm sure, you know, Paul, you having moved to Korea, there's this acclimation process that needs to happen. I mean, you're in a totally different country with a totally different culture. So it's like, one of those things that I think I see in your videos as well, that you actually care not just about your video process, but care about what you're actually trying to tell to your viewers. So I think it definitely comes across, and it's really awesome that you care about the environment that you're around when you're filming, and I think that's pretty awesome. So yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's something that is, sometimes a bit of a struggle, because sometimes you want to like get that perfect shot, or you want to capture somebody doing something, but then I'm like, that's invading their privacy or infringing on their experience. So I'm like, my little YouTube video isn't as important, like it's not worthy of ruining somebody's day or something like that. I'm not 24 out of college. I'm slightly older, so I think it's easier, for me to say things. I know, especially younger people, they get so caught up in just saying yes because it's flattering. I think when you're especially a brand new content creator, like you get these really bad offers.
Yeah.
And you just say yes because you just love the exposure, and then you go out of your way to promote them. And it's not a two-way street. The brand is receiving a lot more than the creator. And so I don't want to get into that aspect of it. So I don't mind saying no. If I get emails like, hey, we want to work, or we want you to go on a trip. It's just, well, what's in it for me,
Exactly.
Sorry, like I spent a lot of time editing afterwards. Even some of these trips, they want to send like an Instagrammer and YouTuber, and I'm like, well, the Instagrammer is not that it's not real work and it's not hard, because it is. I see the way they work, but it's still not the same as a video where the exposure time is much longer, and just the editing and all of that just takes so much more resources. Like I don't think they are the same level. Definitely,
yeah. And I think more than anything, I think even just watching, Mike Chen's channel grow, and him saying that whatever sponsors want to work with me, I have to research the product, I have to research what they're wanting me to promote. I think is definitely like an indicator, a light bulb, like for content creators out there to also do the same thing as those opportunities come along. And I think it's great that you explained, saying no is actually a good thing. It's also for your own benefit. So I think it'll be really good for other content creators to know. Like viewers and subscribers sometimes don't know is like how long the editing process can just be itself. On top of that, you have to film, but like at least for me, editing there's just days where I edit like almost all day because I'm like doing 1 or 2 videos a day, and I'm just like, oh, it's like 9 o'clock and I was literally 3 hours ago. And I think more than anything, at least like from your videos, at least I know that you're like being yourself and you're being authentic. And I think it's kind of awesome now that you've said, you're a little bit more calm off camera, and you're doing your daily routines. But I think it's like we're sharing those really exciting moments with you. So I think maybe that's where like that, like, oh my gosh, I want to be his friend type of feeling comes from. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's weird because most of the YouTubers that I meet are kind of the same. Like, it's kind of like I don't want to say we put on a show like for a camera, but you kind of like just waking up maybe. Yeah, like you said earlier, I don't think people realize the hard work that goes into it. Like, even, people see a 10-minute video, and it's not just the editing, it's the research. I mean, how much time did you put into this before we ever, connected on Zoom? Like, you have to research and you have to think of, questions, and it's just so much time that goes into it. And when people see like that experience on camera, sometimes that experience is the easy part, like the filming is easy. It's everything before and after.
Yeah, exactly.
With New York, like we spent 2 months probably.
Wow.
I mean, they did most of the work, the logistical work, but for 2 months we were back and forth and setting up days and times and going over the questions. And then the actual filming went from like 8 a.m. to like almost midnight. because we drove down there. They drove me down there, and it was like 4 or 5 hours away. So get up early in the morning, drive down there, film. We only did 3 locations that day, but each location was like an hour away from each other, and then drive back. Like, it's a whole day.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they took them weeks to edit it. So that little 10-minute video is hours.
It's way more than, yeah, it's hours and hours. I can't, like, again, I love editing. Like, it's just the creative process that I love more than anything. But there are times where I miss meals because I'm just so into it. I'm like, I can't stop right now because I'm like, I'm on a roll. Like, I want to get this done. But yeah, I think because I always get asked to in like my DMs or just through email, especially for those who are thinking about starting YouTube, like, how long does it take for you to post a video? I'm like, well, it depends. Like, if I have a 25-30 minute video, that's probably taking me at least a day or two, and that's just because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my editing. But if it's like a 10 to 15 minute video, I'm like, there's times where I can go up to like 5 to 8 hours just editing that one video. And so it's a process, guys. Like, we also have daily lives outside of it. So, you know, I know, like, there are some people that are like, oh, I wish we could post every day. And I'm like, well, if I got paid a lot consistently, then maybe.
I just wanted to say again, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. It's been great getting to know you. And if at some point I am able to visit Korea or live in Korea, I definitely would love to have some lunch, dinner with you to, like, you know, gain a little bit more experience from someone who is sort of like a vet now, I guess, in terms of, you know, Korea and traveling around Korea, eating Korean food. So I would really love for us to meet in person at some point if that time comes.
Yeah. Yeah, so if anybody's coming to check out my channel, you know, first of all, thank you so much to Jenna for all of this. I'm really impressed by your hard work and your dedication and your professionalism, but also your uniqueness, because there's nobody else really doing what you're doing. And I think that is the kind of all the key to being successful on YouTube, is going that extra mile and doing something different. So stay with it, don't give up. It's not going to be easy, but if you keep doing what you're doing, then you'll find success. So
thank you.
Use that as your motivation. Keep being professional, keep uploading. Those are the two main things. And stay unique, stay different. So if anybody's coming to check out my channel, then I don't know, I hope you learned something. I hope you have a little fun. You never know what's going to pop up next. You might be eating something crazy or taking a nice healing tour of someplace. So, I don't know. I feel like some of the stuff you see in my channel might be different than what you see on other Korean YouTubers' channels, and that's okay. But if you guys ever have anything you want to see specifically from me out here, then let me know, and I'll try to make it happen. And if Jenna, if you come to Korea, or if anybody watching this comes to Korea, like, please do hit me up. I actually just started memberships on my channel, and one of the perks is if you come and you're a member, then I'll take you for a tour. But if you're watching this video, you don't have to join. I'll do it for free. It's your discount. For members of this, for viewers of this, that's your special perk. You get the free tour if I'm available. I really missed that, actually, is being the tour guide, because last summer, people would come and they'd message me like, hey, can we go out for dinner? I'm like, yeah. Like, I love it. I love playing tour guide so much, and I haven't been able to do it because there's no tourists. So
yeah,
as soon as you guys can come here, like, hit me up for real.
Yes, definitely. And once that time comes, when all of this is hopefully over, and people can start traveling again, I definitely will be one of those people to hit you up, and we can definitely hang out, eat some good food, go around places. And anyone else watching this, definitely hit him up, and I'll be like, oh, this person from watching this video.